So now I'm briefly going to describe how I go about building the mold for the hood of the C4. Okay, there's the model all ready to make a mold. I've waxed it 6 times. I did have some problems with some texture that you won't be able to see. So I was doing most of the trimming while it was green with a knife, cutting all the edges, but I was running late and I got a little tired, so I decided to finish off and I would grind the overlap. I was chopping most of the glass in. I did try this one panel here at the end. I tried putting some mat in, but it turned out to be more trouble than chopping. So I finished up. I probably have a good 4 gallons, maybe 5 gallons of resin already laid into this mold. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to finish sanding the edges instead of trying to break this off the model. Without sanding the edges smooth. I don't want to break any of the gel coat off of the mold. So that'll be my next step. I finished up late last night, so I left this thing sit, and that's why I have these fuzzy edges. And I did trim a little this morning with a knife, but I think I'll do better with a grinder or a sanding machine, and get this all cleaned off before I break it out of the mold or off the model. Okay, the next step was to clean up and dress all the edges. I use a DA, I was using 36 grit, and you basically clean all the edges so that there's a separation between the gel coat and your model. You're going to have to break those apart. Even though that model was waxed 6 times, you still want to make sure that you get a clean break. Right here, I should sand that a little more to get that little bit disconnected. You don't want to break any of your gel coat pulling the mold off the model. Okay, I just find a little spot where I can get a start, get the knife in between the gel coat and the model. Get a plastic wedge in there and start to crack it loose. Once you get the start, you got to work your way around the whole mold, the whole model, a little at a time, and break it loose. Okay, after pulling off, we're adding a series of wooden wedges all the way around as I broke it loose on the edges. And finally getting it to break loose. There it is. So now I'll know I've got a couple of spots where I broke some gel coat. I'll be able to take this, clean up the edges a little better, and make a piece from it. This is thick enough, I don't need to put a lot of bracing in it. So if it does seem to be a little flimsy when I go to make the part, I'll brace it up. I'll put it back on here, add some more bracing to keep the shape perfect. The next step will be making the actual hood from the mold. That'll be the next video.